Well, here we are back at the spot I was at the last time, down on the river, where I was hoping to come down at twilight and get shots of the slow moving water and Mount Bogong in the background. But we've been foiled because Mount Bogong is in cloud, as you can see. So there's no there's no Mount Bogong. So I thought, oh well, I'm here now, I might as well, maybe we'll just have a look at doing some slow shutter speed on the water to get that sort of milky effect with the water doing that sort of thing, and it's better than nothing. Anyway, we'll see how we go. So same as last time, I'm going to shut the aperture right down to a small hole, so that's going to be a high number, so probably around f22, and then slow the shutter speed right down and put the camera on the 2-second delay so that it doesn't move when I'm pushing the shutter. Anyway, let's do that. It's coming out at f22. It's 2 seconds. 2 seconds might be a little bit long for the water. It just makes it look a bit too milky. We'll try it at 1 second. So if we speed up the shutter speed, we're going to have to open up the aperture a little bit to get the right exposure. I might even zoom in a bit too, because it's a bit boring. And seeing as how we don't have a mountain in the background to photograph, I'll get in on those rocks in the foreground a bit. Might even go a bit lower, so we can concentrate on the water more than the background, rather than that mountain in the background that I thought we had, that we haven't. See what we do. I'll go up to a second, I think is enough, and we'll open the aperture up a little bit, and we'll see how we go with that. 2 second delay. Not really doing it for me. There's a lot of water coming through there and some big chunky rocks. Maybe we'll go up there. So it'd be nice to be in close to those ferns and the rocks and the trees there, which would mean though going up there. Let's go down there. We'll go to the bridge. There's a bit of a bridge here, and we can look up the river and there's beautiful wattles, and we'll see if we can get that slow moving water there. Yes, that's what we'll do. I'm a bit disappointed. This is nowhere near as interesting as I thought it would be. We'll get a couple of shots anyway, but here it's quite dark in here, so I've now got the shutter speed at 1/5 of a second, not a second, and the f-stop at f8. So we'll see how that goes, but it's all right. I'll slow the shutter down a little bit more, get a bit more light in there. You know what might be nice? Because we've got the trees there, the height of the trees, maybe it'd be nice to shoot a vertical shot with the trees just leading into the water. Let's try that. I gotta say, I do love, now that I've got one of these with a little flip out screen, I really like them. I think they're great. The little waterfally bits are where it's really cool. It's not so much the water rushing down here, it's just the water that's coming over the rocks. Seems to be a nice sort of thing. I'm so descriptive. Not. We'll have a look up this way because we've got the river, and then it's got a little bit of a bend up there, but there's the wattles. And maybe the wattles will give it a bit of character, a bit of a feel. I often think if something happened while I'm out here on my own doing this, say one of these, there's a massive dead tree there, So say the tree falls down and I don't know it's coming, and there's that caption, "Man films his own death." You know? Probably get a lot of likes. We'll walk around a bit further. Do something across these rocks. There's some nice colour on the side of the rock there, but whether that'll come up or not, I don't know. But let's have a go here. Wow, it's getting dark. I've actually got it now on 2.5 seconds because it is quite dark. Oh, that's not bad. It's always nice when you're doing this stuff, you need something that's stationary in the shot, like a rock or a tree or something that's not moving, that won't move. And it really emphasises that movement of the water. Well, this isn't bad. There's a rock down there with it spilling over that's quite nice. So we may not have wasted our trip. And the good thing about these little flip out screens also is you've got a big window to look at, or a big monitor. So I'm just doing a few now, looking across just to see if we get a different look and feel. I'm actually going to up the ISO a bit. Only because I want to keep it at f8. I don't want to go any lower than f8. But I also don't want to go any slower with the shutter speed. And it's getting a bit too dark, so. And I've got to go because it's 6:12. And the supermarket at home closes at 7. And I've got to get food for dinner or my daughter will complain. All right, one more. Quite nice doing this. It's quite therapeutic. All right, I think I'll pack it in. But I think there's some couple of shots in there that are it was worth coming down and doing it, and it'll be interesting to see what they're like. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you again.